When I left my professional life to become an entrepreneur, I was convinced that I was ready. I was educated, I was experienced, I was successful on paper. However, I was unprepared. I'm Linda. I'm a lawyer, I'm a former teacher, I'm now a coach, and I've started writing books, and I do hope that there is going to be a takeaway from this video in case you just want to grow your business. If you are in business, you want to start a business, or you just want to grow as a person, stay with me on this one. You see, there is something that I learned from this experience. As I've indicated, I thought I was ready as I transitioned from being a professional to being an entrepreneur. And I understood what I wanted intellectually. However, in reality, I was deficient, and I had to then confront, in a very uncomfortable manner, the fact that I didn't know, that I was unprepared for a new chapter in my life. That was humbling, but it was necessary when I finally accepted that I needed to start from ground zero. That was a turning point. Do you know what I did? And please stay with me on this one. There was a time when I took a pad and a pen. I jotted down almost everything I could remember that I had done as a professional, that I had achieved, the knocks, the successes, my dreams. I even went back when I was a rebellious 6-year-old. I jotted down how I was. In short, I took stock of my life. And I'm glad I did that, and I hope that you will also do that, because as I was going through that painful exercise, jotting down, taking stock of my life, I then realized that there was a recurring pattern that all people would come to me for advice, for guidance, which I readily gave without charging, particularly those who just approached me. And you know what? The penny dropped that was evidence of who I was wired to be, particularly because I had freely offered that service without charging. And when I made that realization, that was a light bulb that I had something to offer. And that I had something to offer, and I started. It was so simple. Remember, as a lawyer, we are trained to deal with hard cases, the challenging. We're supposed to work hard, to struggle, to prove ourselves. But on that day, it was something very, very simple that I would add value if I share my experiences, my knowledge, if I share them. And the question was, where do I start? I asked myself. I realized that sharing, teaching, coaching was an inherent identity in me. So I had been doing it. But this time I was narrowing it. I wanted it to crystallize to something that I could claim as a business. So my identity was not renewed, it was refined to fit into my becoming an entrepreneur. So the question was, I started from where I was comfortable, where I was finding joy. There would be this feeling that that's me. I started that, I jotted it down, and I worked on it. I did research, I read. Obviously, I also did a lot of inner searching. I observed my thoughts about this found path, my feelings, and I became comfortable that that was my identity, that I was beginning to be on the right path when it came to doing something that I enjoyed. I practiced every day. Actually, I was obsessed with it, and I was not even charging people, whoever came to me for assistance, for advice. I even volunteered my services, but I continued working hard, rubbing my noses, wanting to be better and better and better. And then I realized that I was growing myself to be a valuable coach, to be a valuable teacher, to be a valuable human being, even when nobody was watching. And I enjoyed that. And then another idea was, let me turn this into a business. And I do hope that that will also happen to you when you just find this simple thing that is easy, that comes easily to you. And then you just keep on doing it every day and enjoying doing it until you say you are adding value to your life. I did that. I added value even before I started making money. And the rest is history. Today, I can confidently share with you that you too can add value to your life, that you can turn what comes easily to you into a business, because there is nothing like what people usually say, that there is nothing new under the sun. There is definitely something new under the sun. And you know what? What is new under the sun? It's the experience you, the unique you, bring to life. You bring it to some people who want to hear your story, who want to hear what the new you has experienced, which is value addition, by the way. So for me, that was liberating. And I started writing ebooks. I started holding coaching workshop, and I even responded positively when I was asked to go and speak. I continue to be a student of life. I continue to add value to myself, and I do hope that this is another value addition to you from me. So, as a takeaway, what are you taking away? For me, I encourage you this evening just to take a pen and writing pen, jot down, take stock of your life, jot down everything, what brought you joy, even if you're a child, your experiences. And you are going to discover what I discovered, that you are rich in experiences, whether it is the joyous one and the not so joyous one, but it's a whole package. So you are not starting as a new person, but you are refining your identity. You are sharpening yourself as a person. You are transforming into this new over 40 who is unstoppable, who understand what it is to gather everything and wrap it into an exciting new life and offer for you to share with us. I do hope that in this video there is something that you've taken away, and if you have gained something, I look forward to us connecting again and in the next video. Thank you for watching.